Race number 6 then is our feature race on a Wednesday night. It's the Police Cup, Class 3 over the 1200 metres, headed by Great Profit. Makes his Hong Kong debut. He's group placed in New Zealand now with Danny Shum. Sorredalot, a course and distance winner back in early September. California Elite makes his second start. I'm the Quanquist, just his third start. Double Valentine, the 4-year-old colt, gets barrier 1. And Amazing Moments off a mark at 61 with an outside gate. London City is scratched. So we've made our way across to the touchscreen here, Brett, to have a look at this one. Interesting contest, the feature. California Elites, just one start and didn't fluff his lines, but I think they might have been expecting a little bit more on debut.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm agreeing with you. I think they probably would have expected more, but I think since then his trials have been good. He is a horse that has been noted down as having speed when you go right back through his record, and I think he'll be up there. Happy Meteor's another noted front runner who'll certainly be right in the spot. So Sorredalot can probably box seat. I don't think he's got the pace to match the other two, and Double Valentine could eventually sit leaders back. Of the new ones, Great Profit has some gate speed, but I don't know whether he's got enough to match the others. And of the rest of them, well, there's nothing really there, is there? High Five's very well rated, and he would love a good tempo, but he's completely out of form. Generous Heart might get a nice little run down here, 3 back the fence. Amazing Moment potentially could push on.
All right, that's the feature, Paul. What have you been seeing in the mornings?
Yeah, there's been a little bit that we can show you here. The first being Sorredalot, who he's going very nicely. He's a winner 2 starts ago at Happy Valley. He's only had limited starts there, 3 in total for a win. And he's come up favourite as well. I can sort of see why he's a horse going nicely at the moment, is Sorredalot. Here is California Elite, what you talked about. He has improved. It's interesting they're putting the tongue tie on, so I wonder if there was a little problem there as well. So the tongue tie goes on this one, and Matthew Poon will take that 7 pounds off California Elite, likely to go forward as we suggested there in the speed map. And Double Valentine is another interesting runner from barrier number 1. He's going up to 1200 metres as well. He's been running over the 1,000, straight 1,000 down at Sharton, but he's run well at Happy Valley before.
Yeah, 2 starts back was quite good, wasn't it? That is a Double Valentine. Let's start off, though, with Sorredalot. Last time out, finished 7th behind Simply Brilliant, but the start before, from a wide gate as well, over the 1,400 metres, was way too good.
He was very impressive this day. It was a strong tempo right throughout as well. And then he just overhauled the pair in front of him and went on for a very, very good win. From barrier 10, that was. He then drew 13 behind Simply Brilliant. It was a very ordinary getaway from him. But here from 4, as I said when we looked at the speed map, I don't think he'll lead, but he will just sit in, get a lovely run on the back of the pace, and he's fit. So that's on his side.
Yeah, I've got him right up there as one of the major chances. Drawn 10 and 13 his last 2. Get a really good run from 4 and has won at Happy Valley before. So a lot of positives there. He's had 7 starts this season and he's won 2 of them. All
right. He's taking the drop-in trip, though, back to the 1,200 metres. Other horses we can take a check on here. Generous Hearts, who's looked very good in the past, well, certainly did when he won, behind Literature last time out. And we're looking to start 2 starts back with him.
Yep, that was earlier on in the season, Andrew, and since then they've been trying the longer trips. They tried the all-weather 1650 and the last 3 over the 1650 here at the Valley, but I just don't think it's right for him at the moment. Maybe with more racing underneath his belt potentially, but the 1,200 metres I think is a different kettle of fish. I like him coming back in trip.
Yeah, I agree. I've got him in the numbers as well. I think the 1,200 at this stage of his preparation is ideal.
All right, that was Zach Purton in the saddle on that occasion, but Zach will be riding the newcomer, Great Profit.
Zach, you rode Great Profit on Wednesday night. He's had 4 trials here. You've ridden him in 2 of them. What are your expectations?
So I think he's a nice enough horse. He's got good size about him and he's got a nice action. He seems to work quite well. Whether the 1,200 metres is going to be a little bit short for him, he does give the impression that he's a horse that's probably going to want a little bit further. His trial at the Valley was decent enough, and if there happens to be speed in the race, he might be able to close it off.
His form in New Zealand, Zach, was on rain-affected going, but does he give you the feel of a horse that can handle the firmer tracks here in Hong Kong?
Yeah, he hasn't seemed to have had any problem with the hard tracks here. Every time I've ridden him on the grass, he seemed to move well, so I think he should be able to adapt.
You've also been riding Generous Heart lately, who lines up in the same race, getting back to a trip that he's won at. Was it your call, though, to go with Great Profit here?
I'd already taken the ride on Great Profit before Generous Heart was entered, so there was no decision to be made there.
And third in the Hawke's Bay Guineas, a great profit when he was in New Zealand. So interesting runner, but Zach clearing up the jockey arrangements there as well with a Generous Heart. Double Valentine. So it's been a long way last time out at Shah 10, but this was the start before at Happy Valley.
This is probably the one to work off too. He did find the line nicely. He's only a couple of points off a drop in class, and I think down in Class 4 in a race similar to this, he'd be very, very competitive. But he could well be competitive here off barrier number 1 too, with all the weight off his back.
Yeah, I found a place for him. I've got him in there for 4th, Double Valentine, because that was over 1,000 up to 1,200. I think will suit him. So.
Yeah, straight 1,000, drawn the wrong side of the track wasn't his go.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So the Police Cup. We've managed to get through this without any police jokes as well. Paul, who do you tip?
Hello, hello. I've got California Elite on top. I think he's improved from his debut run. The tongue tie goes on him, and he can go to the front and be out of trouble. 7 pounds off his back as well. A little nice lead up. On debut, he was around $10. He's $13 here, so he's a good price to go in. Good each way price. Sir Red Lot will start favourite. Got him in there for 2nd. I like Generous Heart as well, back to 1,200. Double Valentine for 4th. I did leave Great Profit out. He's by Jimmy Two's a miler. He was called Jimmy Lincoln when he raced in New Zealand and did win as a 2-year-old.
Fair enough. I'm going to go with the 7, which is a Generous Heart. I've got him on top. I just think he's going to cop coming back to 1,200 a lot better than the 1,650. So he's on top for me. From number 2, Sir Red a Lot, who'll sit in behind and get a lovely run. California Elite is likely to bowl along and certainly give them something to chase. And then Great Profit, I've got him in for 4th. I think Zach Purton might have his hands cuffed a little bit in the early stages with the horses that have got more pace, but 7, 2, 5, 1. Playing the trio, 7 the banker, 1, 2, 5 California Elite, and the 9 Double Valentine sneaking him in as well.
All right, this is another one of those horses I like. He's drawn badly, amazing moments, got a wide gate, but his each way price. I'll be going with him in race 6.